eventually she'll have kids and she's going to have to tuck her kids into her socks. And that is just true. David loves marriage.
Yeah.
And he has a long
Let's
history.
go to a break.
I need 5 minutes. Who
did I have call you on your birthday? Do you remember this?
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
He had Stevie Nicks call me and sing Landslide into my answering machine in New York. He dumped me on the same answering machine.
Okay.
Hey, David, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Weekend, what happened?
Yeah. I went on the road. This is the new sort of format thing.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. We're doing this, and it looks very similar. We look the same. My hair's
everything's kind of
got
same.
the helmet.
But
The weekend for me, just right off the bat, while we settle in here, I went 3 tour dates, 2 in Arizona. So, by the way, one was 113, Tucson, 113. The BO is such a different level. People don't talk about it enough. When you get in the elevator with someone who's that sweaty, after 110, the BO, it reformulates and it's sickening. It's off the charts. That's one thing. Arizona, when I went to Phoenix, that was a blast. My mom came, some friends came, had such a good time. And also I forgot, everywhere in Scottsdale, someone's got a truck. So it's like Raptor. You know, you pull up next to someone and they're this high and they're like,
they were big.
Step ladder, lift kit. So it was
like a game show.
Yeah. Every guy's trying to be cool, but girls don't like Hummers. So they go right back to Raptor.
Can I tell you what I thought about when a guy has no muffler and he has a truck and he starts the car? What the car is really saying is, all right, I'll see you later. I'm a man. 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 I'm a man.
That's kind of how it is. They got lifted up trucks, big tires.
Hey, honey, I think I've got BO. Do you know where my tank top is? Because I like to go out in a tank top when I'm fully loaded under the
dude, it was 117 in Scottsdale before I got there. It's so sickening. Anyway, the trip was fun. Turns out I didn't need to wear a sweater. I wore a sweater on stage. They just brought it. I got on stage. I was like, because you know when you're in Arizona, if it's 117 out, they put the air conditioner on stun. So when you walk into a store or a mall, it's 41 and you need a defibrillator. It's like, deesh. You know what I mean? It's so cold. You're like, this isn't good for the human body. It's too extreme.
The store that we have is like, there's a beer store. It says don't go in there. I mean, it's a grocery store, but you open it up and it's a freezer full of beer. You walk into it.
Oh, just a freezer store?
Just like 33 degrees and you're in there. I mean, I must be a little bit above freezing. I want to ask you if this happens to you because it's kind of funny to me. So you go to a grocery store for a while and you're at the deli or whatever, and you go on the road. You're not there for a while. Do you get this a lot? Hey, where you been? We haven't seen you around. Well, kind of traveling and working and doing. Yeah, but we hadn't seen you here for a while. What's going on? Where you been?
Where you been?
Huh?
Yeah,
you ever get that?
Where
you been?
I get it. Hey, I'm seeing. Here's I get the opposite. You used to come into my bar all the time. I've been there once or twice.
Same thing.
You were always here every second.
Yeah.
God damn. Is that what you tell people? I was never here.
And you would drink and drink and drink.
You were always fucked up.
Yeah. And you got the floor mopped with you by a couple guys one night. I think they were in
always pooing
Joe
your pants.
Dirt. Yeah, you always shit your pants and wore an adult diaper and were registered independent.
Always.
You remember that?
Yeah.
That's the thing. This happens to anyone. It's not because we've been on TV occasionally, where you meet some of your high school days and they can photographically tell you what you said in the 70s. I said to you, I like a Buick. And you said, I'll never forget it. You like Fords. Really?
I've told this story for 30 years. You're like, this isn't even true.
So you have to agree that's what you said?
Yeah.
You saw a bird and said, well, persnickety doodle.
Yeah.
Remember that?
They go, you used to wash golf carts at the Phoenician, which I did. And they go, you were always cracking jokes. I go, no, I wasn't. I didn't know any jokes.
Has the audience noticed that I'm using this voice for every comedy bit today? I don't know why.
It kind of works.
It's just kind of fun.
Dude,
Where you been? Where you been?
V-neck going today.
You look like you're going to sing in a choir.
No, because it was a new. It's a new setup. It's a new day, and so I said I gotta dress up like at least at the beginning, and then I'll go back to looking like shit. But
I know what I'm going. Your hair looks incredible, by the way. For the new show, it's new hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to get you for your birthday?
Please.
It's going to go with this. You can wear it underneath.
Yeah.
A dickie.
Do they know what a dickie
is a mock turtleneck for the people out in TV Wonder podcast.
I bet even this shirt, like if it only came down to here, but as long as you put it on and then you see this part, it's all you really need. So someone invented a little. Do you pull the turtleneck on and then it's just like a half circle?
Yeah, it's a little half thing. So if you didn't have anything else, you
Yikes.
just wear the dickie and then you're all bare. I mean, this is what you do to make this cool, and we could do it after the show.
Yeah.
I get your sweater. I take a scissor. I just cut it short sleeve, both sides, just kind of rag it, and that is the look today.
Yeah. When girls, I used to wear them. They go,
Cut off
that a dickie?
sweater.
I go, no, this is. And they go, okay, sir. That's
You usually say wiener. Now, dickie may be your new. Dickie may be the way you refer to your penis. It used to be wiener for 4 years.
No, wiener. I get a little wiener heavy. Some of these shows, I say it too much, but it is funny to me. And it's very PG.
It's very second,
It's
third
goofy.
grade.
Yeah, it's goofy. So it's not so offensive.
No, it's very benign.
Good for corporate gigs. Well, let's bring her out. We got Julie Bowen here today.
Julie
and we're
Bowen.
Very excited to talk to her.
Mhm.
We've had her on, and she was such a hit with good feedback that we're having her on our first show.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Spade.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did we keep you waiting?
They're hugging.
What?
They're hugging.
Oh,
Deep hug.
this looks good. What? Because it's a little bit of like a, what do you call that? A rascal? No, it's like a, what do you call that? Like the high faux hawk thing.
I think it's a mullet.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mullet, but it's hipper.
Yeah, Julie.
That's really not my
Showbiz
job.
101.
David, first of
I
all,
think that, but I never say it out loud.
this is for you.
God damn.
2 years ago, you got mad at me. You get mad at me every year for forgetting your birthday. So I got you birthday presents 2 years ago that I haven't given to you.
These aren't books, are they?
Because you don't read.
No.
No.
I do have a book you gave me a long time ago, though.
He reads one tweet at a time, right?
I like how books look.
Yeah, well, you know what? Then you'll like these.
Mm-hmm.
Am I opening them?
No, you don't have to open them. You don't have to open
Is
them.
this for his birthday?
It was for, I always forget his birthday because it's like sometime
he keeps
in July.
it real on the down low.
You forget it because you're married.
I'm not married.
Oh,
I
no,
am
you
divorced.
were. Oh, you were, but then you can forget it
You
when
were
you're
divorced last time you were here.
I'm
You're-
still divorced.
You're still
Yeah, what's the
divorced.
Gosh,
story?
I keep getting divorced over and over
Did you get
again.
married again and divorced?
No, I did not.
You would
Who
tell
got
us.
more? Him
I
or
got
her?
more divorced.
Who got the money? Him or her?
How you doing, Dana?
Yeah.
How you doing, Dana?
I'll announce it. You don't
Well,
have to answer any of
no,
my
but-
questions.
How is
One of you were on Modern Family at the time.
one of us was.
Okay.
This is true.
There's your answer. All
There
right.
you go.
Go ahead. Ask Dana a question.
I was gonna ask Dana what it was like being the most relevant person ever in the last year on SNL.
Yeah.
That was fun, right?
I like that word, relevant.
Mhm.
well, you were
It was
super
interesting.
relevant.
It was interesting.
It was
Yeah.
interesting.
That's your
Yeah.
shortest answer you've ever
Relevant was
given.
part of that. No, I'm gathering intellectually. Let's see. It was surreal. It was bizarre. It was at times a lot of fun.
Do you now that you know that Biden is like severely diminished, do you feel any
Diminished.
guilt or
Yeah. Do you, Dana?
or insight into your portrayal?
Jesus.
Well,
Good question.
This is really good, and we're going to reframe this podcast, the Julie Bowen podcast.
No,
Yeah,
she's
just-
good.
And
Well,
She's
yes,
actually
we can flip it. No, but
Well-
those are great questions.
she's better at it than we are. That's for
I
sure.
knew that he was compromised mentally. I mean, it was obvious.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
But it was a delicate thing in the comedy world. There were a lot of people did not want to do anything that would kind of ding him in like an awkward way.
But it's comedy.
Right.
That's it. That's the key. If I can do
David,
Biden, and
That's the
Right.
idea, but
if
that's
I
not
can
what
make
everyone
Biden
thinks.
funny to everybody, then I am where I want to be. And then to make it funny, it had to be recognizable.
Right.
And so there's certain things I did not include in my package. Sorry, you would do a sexual pun on that package.
Package means wiener.
Okay. So I'm trying to set him up. It's a
No.
By
little
the way,
early.
Wiener?
The
We have a-
biggest
we have a
one.
lot
The
of
biggest
children
one
that
was
listen.
this. I'm not kidding around here. I'm
Yeah,
being serious.
yeah.
So that was the biggest one for me.
But it was fantastic. I loved
I think
it.
it's
I loved all of
easier
it.
Thank you.
To make fun of him if he's a president. If it's just a 90-whatever-year-old man, just go, look at this asshole. So once he's president, then he's more fair game to say. But no one made fun of him forever.
No, well, he's sort of neutral. There wasn't a whole lot to until he started doing like, no, for real.
Well, they didn't. But no one did. Yeah, no. And guess what? And by the way, the fact of the matter is, I'm not kidding around here. Come on, folks. This isn't rocket science. And then the whole, I wrote the bill. Because I know how to write bills. I can write a bill faster than he's ever written a bill. Wild Bill, Hickok, Alfred Hitchcock, 3 times the bow charm. Ladies and gentlemen, the leader of the free world.
That is, I'm sorry, having watched SNL since I was a wee child, and yes, David, you know I love you, but that it is so crazy when you do that. It's so fun.
I fell in love with it. It took me 2 years to kind of get it and get all the different toys, I call them, on the carpet and pick them up one at a time.
2 years.
Well, because he kept stacking. But look, the first 6 months, it was just Sweet Joe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, just
my dad lost his job. Right in this tone. Not kidding around. It's number 1, the one part. Number 2, what the guy said. Number 3, you know the drill. Come on, folks. It isn't right. So it was just that. And I thought, well, it doesn't have the pop or energy of Trump or even Obama or W. And then I heard him whisper and yell. And I thought, oh, here we go. And then the defiant 50s guy. There's no crisis at the border. Yeah, but you said, yeah, I'll get your facts straight, Jack. I'll beat the hell out of you. You want to do some push-ups? You're a dog-faced pony soldier. You know, the 50s guy threatening.
Amazing.
So Biden eventually was my favorite because he had like 10 hooks.
Did he acknowledge it?
His staff came to one of the parties, middle of the night. Hey, we just got to say, I think I still have the cards. We love your Biden. Why don't you, Joe probably love it too. Why don't you come down to the White House and have lunch? It never happened, but, you know, because he said, what's lunch? Is that the thing you do before dinner?
Watch him eat a paper bag and you got to go, hey, no one says anything. No one says anything.
So anyway, I loved it. It was entering and exiting, but it was a real challenge to make it acceptable. And I read comments, hey, man, I hate Trump, but whatever, but this is really fucking funny.
It was funny.
So that's amazing.
It was fun.
It was funny.
All right. Well, let's start the podcast.
So let's go. I have other stuff to
more
share.
More about you, David.
Yes. Now, when I first got on SNL, the church lady wasn't really full. Do you have a clock? No. Joe Dirt. They'll never take that away from you.
Julie, I have a lot of really hard-hitting questions. Enough of this fluff.
You just like literally pull out
We have to.
I did.
We have to treat you like you're a real guest.
Look at the cliff notes.
Help. It says help. Help.
It says help.
How will AI be stopped?
Help.
Yes.
Sexualized women in their 50s in
Why
movies?
are all these movies with women in their 50s being
They're so
incredibly horny?
Julie Bowen - Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
What the?
Your son
That's
thought
true. My son- I
Sydney
forgot I
Sweeney
said that.
was going to play the ex-wife.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
no, it was going to be the Happy Gilmore's new hookup. And he said, I heard Sydney Sweeney's the cart girl. Can I come to set?
Cart girl's a good idea.
Cart girl.
So then you knew you
Is
were
she the
ex-wife.
cart girl or not?
I didn't know anything about the movie.
Are you still allowed to read the script yet?
There's so many things on that piece of paper. It's terrifying.
I know, you're not supposed to see that.
We want to get to half.
No,
Let's start with Stupid Happy Gilmore. Did you? I'm kidding.
That should have been
Picture
the
of
title.
Adam right behind you.
He's not here.
Did he call you up and be that very whispery, gentle Adam? Julie, it's Adam here.
Yes.
Oh, I
So
thought
he
maybe
called you directly.
Oh, you want to do the
we
Happy
text,
Gilmore?
and he was calling me, and actually he texted me, and I thought it was
Oh,
the
he texted.
second AD from some project I just did, because it just
No.
comes up as Adam,
Mhm.
and I was like,
Hey, fuckface.
and I was like, yeah. He said, what's going on? I was like, do you have something you need to say? And he was like, whoa, rude. And I picked up the phone and called him. I was like, I thought you were the second AD from some project.
That's
I didn't know
hitting
why
you
were
up
calling me.
3 years later.
Hey,
I'm
yeah,
going to make a Happy
he said,
Gilmore too.
we're doing it, buddy. And we want you to be part. And I said, Adam, I don't care if I'm part of it or not. Good. Like, I felt like he was calling to tell me that I wasn't in it.
When did you realize during the phone call, holy shit, I'm in Happy Gilmore too? 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Did you
So
negotiate at all? I mean, what
No.
would I approximately get
I
paid?
negotiate.
You didn't even
There's
hint at what it would be, possibly?
no.
Okay.
No, I mean,
You both worked with Adam. Like
We know him like a little. He's my little brother from
He's your
another
little-
mother.
Do
he's
you text your list of demands after when you think about it a little bit?
I did not have a list of demands.
Oh,
That was
wow.
the craziest, most elaborate production though I've ever seen. There, when you have a village, like
Video
the
Village?
Video
not
Village.
video village, like the circus, where
Yeah.
they put all
Oh,
the
yeah.
all the trailers and stuff.
Mhm.
All the time.
Yeah.
It was like a literal now you go to K Street. It reminded me of your bit about
Yeah.
trying to get out of the
MGM.
MGM
Yeah,
Grand,
yeah.
and you're like you go to the second wheel and you go
You
around
couldn't even-
twice.
It
You
was,
wait
it
for the
was
sun
a little
to rise.
a town.
It was
It was
massive.
Adam Town.
It was
Did they
massive.
did they have any cameos in the film?
Did they? Did they? I think there's.
We don't get Yahoo News. We don't know.
Well, I don't really look at news much. I'm reading War and
I don't
Peace
know.
right now. So.
I don't read about
But
that.
yeah, it's an extravaganza.
135 people, I think, are in this movie.
Shut the fuck up. That's
But
not
they didn't
illegal.
get Eminem.
I don't know.
They did get Eminem.
Is that
How do
true?
you know
Eminem
that?
is in it because I did my homework.
How do you
Post
know?
Malone, Eminem, and Bad Bunny are doing cameos in the movie.
Does Post Malone play your son?
My son.
His son plays
I will
basketball. It's called Post Up
fucking
Malone.
Kill you.
Wait, are you and Adam? Are you and Adam married? Did you get married in the first one at the end?
We ended the movie just together.
Right. And so now,
I think I'm only allowed to say what's in the trailer.
yeah,
so,
just say what's in
yeah.
the trailer.
I mean,
Oh.
we're married. We
Okay.
get kids.
Okay.
We're married with kids.
Nice.
That's like all I'm allowed
The kids
to say.
better be famous people.
Now, do you have a makeout sesh, as David
Yeah.
would say, with your husband Adam?
First day of shooting, we had a little
No way.
kissy.
Was it on camera or off camera?
It was definitely on camera.
Okay.
It was definitely on camera.
I'm not trying to stir the pot here.
no, I mean, except for that you totally
hey,
are.
Julie, what
Except
Except
it was-
make a movie.
He said if I didn't make out with him, he was going to replace me with Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. Well, you said Sydney Sweeney's in it.
Sydney Sweeney is in it as Cart Girl.
Is she?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
she
in it.
is.
She
Oh,
is in it.
she. So your kid was
So my
right.
kid was right.
Your kid was right.
Because that is a good idea. Cart Girl's always supposed to be some cute girl.
They never, they had like the whole cast list was coded. And like even in the hair makeup trailer, they'd be like, I mean, it was like, oh, Caddy. Oh, the Caddy's in. And that was all it was on the call sheet
Hey.
and everything.
Big
and then
boob
you're
Cart
on-
Girl works today.
What?
Big boob Cart Girl works today.
heard that Sweeney, what's her name? Sweeney
Sydney Sweeney.
She had one golf cart for her breasts and one for her body. It was
I'm not.
so large.
Yeah. And
Don't
this,
even go
and
there.
on the piece of paper was women being sexualized. Now, what was that?
No,
No, women. I mean, Nicole
I had Sydney
Kidman is
Sweeney's
the
body-
queen of
Yes.
women in their 50s that are still incredibly horny. It's a genre.
Yeah.
She was great in Baby Girl. Is that what?
Do you think she is though? Is she incredibly horny or is she just playing horny?
That is one of the best
let's look at a clip.
questions that has ever been asked on this podcast.
That's a
Literally,
great
that is so
question.
our
do not-
next half hour is going to unpack
I
that.
have never met
Is she
Nicole
horny
Kidman.
or
I have
pretend-
know nothing about
Mhm.
her. She's a great actress, but I like to imagine that she goes home and she's like, "Yeah, don't touch me." You know, she just like
She's-
sleeps in like
Because
an
she's so
seems a little bit.
sexualized.
because she's so beautiful and
Yeah.
so perfect and porcelain.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like,
what about Keith Eben? Doesn't he have a right to get some
"Do you,
some
do you get a
sexual
little?"
activity? I'm doing JFK as Keith Urban. Sorry, my Australian.
Is he Aussie too?
He's
Yeah,
Aussies
yeah.
too.
I don't know.
He calls it Nick. Hey, Nick, how was it today? I got
Nick.
beat up in a shower and fist fucked a guy. Ah,
Oh, that's Baby Girl. Did you see Baby Girl?
sorry, we
I
might have to
haven't
cut
seen
that.
it.
I guess
That's for the crew.
Is that
of
not-
one?
That's
is that
true.
not? That is probably not YouTube approved.
We have editing capability. You can go as blue as you want.
No, I don't think
Greg's
so.
already cutting it right now.
I do think that first of all, if I look like Sydney Sweeney, I would be naked 24/7.
Sure.
And because like eventually she'll have kids and she's gonna have to tuck her tits into her socks. And that is just true because it's really
Well,
Tit
that's gonna
socks.
trend. Tits into her socks. That's great.
but that's only after she has kids. So while she's young and gorgeous and she is and a really good actress, I don't know why everybody gives her heat because she's got
She's
the
great.
greatest
Yeah.
boobs that were ever made and she doesn't mind.
She's
having
good.
her out
I
there.
just saw Euphoria. I don't
Mm.
even watch Euphoria, but it was on when I was on the road. And she's
David
good.
wants to talk about his tour.
No, we'll plug it on the commercial.
He'll be in
You have to do a,
Tallahassee,
Morongo.
July.
You have to do a
14th.
testimonial for Morongo.
Roanoke, Virginia.
We're going to Yamava. Good job, Julie. Yeah.
Are you going to Yamava?
Yeah. See if
Okay.
we'll see if we can get you in.
Yamava, what is this?
I don't know if I
kinda-
get any comps. We'll check.
Is this Jewish? What, Yamava?
I don't know what
Indian.
Yamava
It
is.
sounded a little
Is
like
a casino out
It's,
set in your Palm Desert?
it's
Further?
Are we
within.
playing that?
Yeah, that's what I just
Oh, we're
said.
playing a casino.
The two of you?
Yeah.
Together.
Together.
How does that go?
Well, he tries to follow me.
That is true.
No. I don't want to follow him. That wasn't pretty.
We've
After
done
I
'em.
followed you in Indianapolis.
Yeah, we
I
did too already.
said to the sound guy, look, I know he's going a little over. Could we just like slowly bring the mic down?
Yeah, you were doing
And
extra
got
bits.
him off
Yeah.
before he did his porn chunk on an airplane.
What?
It works.
I don't know the porn chunk on an
He's got a
airplane.
very funny.
I actually got a little dirty when I was at I just played. Judy was in the crowd, my mom, and when I was in
No,
Arizona.
sweet Judy doesn't want to hear
Oh,
about
you
porn.
don't
Judy,
need
Judy,
it.
Judy's the
Judy.
sweetest woman that ever lived.
Yeah,
is.
she. I said, Mom, if you're there, I will take some stuff out, but I got to fill an hour, and I just did a special. I got to do some new stuff. Oh, I don't care. I don't know if you need it though. And then afterwards, she goes, "It was great. I should have just walked out for the last 20." Mom,
Oh, because
walked
of the
out.
porn thing?
Of our 30-minute set. And she's
Mhm.
like, that last 20 was just
Well,
really
there's another dirty joke.
Davey.
There's a couple dirty jokes. Oh, you know who's funny? Nate. She likes Nate Bargatze.
Nate is funny.
He is funny and he's clean. It's a very
Nate
tough
is
combo.
great, not because it rhymes. Nate is
Nate
great.
is really,
Nate's great.
Nate is
and
very
so
funny.
That's another one for
Spade's
a
got it made, not because it rhymes.
Spade's got a
Julie
mullet.
is going to fool you. No, not because it rhymes.
Wait, I had some good-
I'm kind of punchy if you haven't noticed.
So I don't know who was in this movie. It's a short answer. Because we
All
never
I know
even
is
saw.
Travis Kelce.
Right.
We never.
They're not in all
You
the
would
trailer.
see the people when
Yeah.
you.
Did you ever get on Travis Kelce's shoulders? And walk
Why
on
would
the
I get
set?
on his
Just
shoulder?
to walk on the set.
Because he's a man that you could get on his shoulders.
could
and be,
get on
and
his
be
shoulders.
safe.
No, I
And he
did not.
wouldn't notice.
And you wouldn't notice. I could just climb right up his
Because
back.
you weigh 88.
Yeah, and I could like, tuck myself in his shirt. He wouldn't have
He's
noticed.
like a refrigerator with a head attached.
He's
now,
a very large.
we just weigh in real fast. I want to change
Go,
the
hit
topic.
Nothing.
Are they getting married? Tay, and Trav.
I don't
Are they getting married? You have 5 seconds.
know.
Are they? Oh, you pushed her.
I know.
Are they
That was her blink.
secretly married?
No.
Okay.
No way.
Why would they do anything in secret? Yeah. you're
Why?
right.
No. I mean, like, David loves marriage,
Yeah.
and he has a long
Let's go
history.
to a break.
Sorry, I need 5 minutes. Can we cut? Can we cut
David-
tape? Can we
David
cut tape?
loves commitment, and he's very serious about his faith.
Julie Louise Bowen.
And he would like to stand in front
enough.
of God and his family and make a lifelong commitment to one woman.
Yeah.
And that's why he's so fascinated with this issue with
Yes.
Tay and
Tay-Tay.
Tay and Trav.
Mhm.
But I've been married.
Mhm.
I get along great with my ex-husband. We're totally solid.
Mhm.
Marriage is hard.
Without
Yeah.
It can be
being
hard.
personal, just say generally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the cause of the breakup,
Um,
or what causes marriages to break up?
In
Not
general.
yours. You don't want to be
I'm-
personal.
well,
I have some ideas. on
some of
this.
us are not as good at being married, and I'm one of those people. My husband was
Oh.
great, and I was just like, I was difficult,
Yes.
and I was working all the time, and I suffered the like underappreciation syndrome, and I'm doing all this, and and then you start going in different directions, and
Mhm.
yeah.
The only thing a marriage can't survive is contempt.
Is that true?
I thought
Well, I heard that of some analysis on the radio.
you heard that.
Contempt.
You heard that in your couples therapy.
No, this is what I heard. I heard about women. Let me see if you think this is
Okay,
true.
let's hear it.
No, men want to be admired,
Okay.
and women want to be loved by a man they admire. You have 5 seconds.
What the fuck? That's like it takes me 5 seconds to even.
I
I don't
know.
even get that.
You
Men
have
want to be
2
admired,
minutes.
and women want to be loved by the man they admire. Okay.
Yeah.
Did
But-
you admire
It's
your
not
husband?
quite
But
groundbreaking.
I mean, admire. I loved him.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved. I don't know. Admire. That sounds weird. Like, I mean, not everyone can be admired the way you two are admired. There's
Did you
not.
admire
Well,
me?
I
when we went
admired
out?
David,
admi-
and he admires me.
I
so we're
admired your
completely-
ability to bring other people along on our dates.
Julie, this isn't why you're here.
Wait a minute. What is
You-
Well, when
I
you
said
go to
he
El
should
Torito,
sit
you want to
here,
bring a bunch
and
of
he
He
people.
wanted to be over
literally
there.
would always bring somebody, and then we'd be in the middle of a conversation, and he'd
That
go,
was, yeah.
"Yeah, save it for next time."
No.
He was always worried we'd have run out of things to talk about. I was like, I've never had anything so
That's such a
true.
He does
lie of
do
the
that.
He
world.
does. Save it
Save it for when we have
Save
dinner.
it for,
Yeah. For
save
what?
it. Save it. I don't know. You're always worried we're not gonna have anything to talk about.
Guess what? We ran out.
We did not. We never ran out of shit to talk about.
See, it was good. We haven't talked for a year because now we have all this stuff we added.
See, we saved
No,
it.
give me this fucking
Save it.
paper.
Save it.
If you can understand it, it's yours.
No.
Save
I got-
it for our next dinner at Nibbler's.
Dana, I'm a little bit of a spendy Susie, if you know what I mean.
A boozy Susie and a spendy Susie.
Yeah, I'm more of a boozy Susie, but yeah.
Yeah, you are a spendy spender. Yeah.
And a lot of our listeners are nice enough to write in and say, you look like you drank a lot and slept on your face. But that's just constructive criticism.
Well, it's very concise, and
Mhm.
you don't really drink very much. I'll tell the
No.
fans. But
Just puffy. This
Just
is where
puffy.
Klarna comes in.
Mhm.
Klarna is your everyday smarter spending partner, which is what a lot of people need. A lot of my
Yeah.
friends definitely need it.
Mhm.
It allows you to make smarter decisions with your money.
Mhm.
And it's sometimes good to have a partner like that.
And I'll say it again. Klarna, which I assume is Swedish. Klarna is your smarter everyday spending partner.
Shoppers can use Klarna's Pay in 4 product to split their purchase into 4 interest-free payments.
That's right. Here's some key takeaways. Listen up, brother. Klarna offers a pay in 4 product where you don't have to pay interest. I think that's a good thing.
You can pay with Klarna at merchant checkout in the Klarna app or with the Klarna card.
You can also compare prices at your favorite stores and earn cash back when you shop in the app.
They're making it effortless for in-app shoppers to get more value from every purchase. So
Mhm.
choose Klarna at your favorite retailers or shop now at Klarna.com. CA resident loans made or arranged pursuant to a California finance law license. NMLS number 1353190.
Klarna, balance account required. Klarna may get a commission. Limitations, terms, and conditions apply.
That's right, they do.
I'm just gonna say it. It's a Klarna summer.
At Nibblers?
Nibblers, isn't that right next to Pirates of the Caribbean?
Nibblers was down on Nibblers was
Oh,
on.
oh,
It had an
oh.
early bird special. And I don't remember if we ever. I think
Did
we
we ever
actually.
go to Residuals?
Wait,
That's a real
Did they
bar.
have a 5 p.m. dinner?
Do you know Residuals?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
now
a bar that people should know about in LA in the Valley where if you bring your residual check, if it's under $1, you get a free drink.
I thought it had
Oh,
to
I
be.
got tons of
Oh,
those.
I got
And
plenty
they
of
put it
those.
on the wall.
Yeah.
But since all of mine are under $1 now, I could really clean up.
Yeah.
I got one.
There
I got
are no
one
more
from-
residuals.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Oh,
I mean,
do you
well,
think the
with Netflix.
strike worked? It seemed like the whole business went.
Yeah.
no, I don't. I don't feel that it worked. Is it a hot take?
I feel like
Well,
it's just
kinda
proven
obvious.
that it
Well, they
almost
were
didn't
like,
work.
it was. I mean, it's so inside baseball, and probably your viewers, listeners,
No,
don't
no,
give
they
a
got
rat's
it.
ass.
COVID
but-
strike. Yeah. All that stuff did not help.
Sometimes
did
you
not work
lose for
out.
winning, you know?
It was. I guess we made strides in AI, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I think
the AI,
AI made
is,
strides.
is the genie in the bottle. I think there was no way to stuff it back.
But you
in
know,
the-
they managed to take every single show, like every network show
Right.
ever that now goes to streaming. There's a very complicated math formula
Right.
that adds up to 1 cent.
so if they
all
took,
right,
All of
so
it, it's all gone.
if they took a show like Just Shoot Me,
Let's
not-
just say
I'm
a
not going to say
huge
Modern
hit
Family.
show
It's too easy.
where you were
Just Shoot Me,
nominated.
a classic.
Uh-huh.
For Golden Globe, 2 Emmys.
Okay.
I let you. You didn't
Did you
finish. I don't even know. I don't remember
Let's
because
save it- let's
it's
save
all
it
about
for
being
next time.
nominated. Let's
Save
talk
it.
about this soon.
Save it for next
I'll
time.
Don't
already
use
be
her
nominated.
ammo against me.
I thought it was a good one. It's a good,
Fantastic.
a good observation.
Well, the problem is everything she can say is going to be funny about it. So I stay quiet.
That's
I
when
stay
we
quiet
met.
every-
We met at the Golden Globes.
Oh, we did meet at the Golden Globes.
she
Yeah.
has a photographic memory when
No.
it comes to you.
Well, I remember meeting him because he was like, "Hey, I know you."
Oh boy.
Yeah, and
I
then
love everything has to be a disaster.
no,
Hey, and I think I kicked you in the butt and I said, "What's up, loser?"
no, you asked me. You're like, why do I know you? And I said, no, you don't.
Yeah, from your Neutrogena commercial.
No,
No, you were on Ed.
I was on.
Ed.
I don't even know what I was on at the time.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Well, you're
Yeah,
actually also very pretty. So you
It's
didn't really
a-
have to be on.
I told you I was a dog walker,
Oh.
and you believed me.
Yeah.
And then you went away. He's like, oh. And then you like faded quickly
I
into
said,
the
"Oh, I don't have a
background.
That was a
dog.
true
Okay, bye."
side gig until you
No,
made
I
You're
just
just
was
trying to
like,
get rid of me.
he was like trying to go like, the thing where people are like, how do I know you?
yeah.
And you're like, that's not on me to
Yeah.
tell you. So I was like, I don't know. Maybe I've walked your dog. He goes, I don't have a dog. And I said, well, I'm a
then-
dog walker.
Then she walked away.
Oh, okay. I'm a dog walker. It's a little seductive.
She's a dog
I can
walker.
make a doggy go roll around.
No,
I can make a doggy sit up and beg. I mean, there's a lot there to unpack.
I didn't go for it. I was super nice. And then I tracked you down somehow. Right?
Through your publicist.
Well, we didn't have. Well, how else?
Any other way.
You live in New York. I lived in LA.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I remember the night you met her and you said, I met this really
See?
cool chick.
You don't
And her name is Jan Beeman.
Where did you meet me?
I go, Jan Beeman?
You
Do you
guys probably
remember?
met at
I know where I
work.
met you. And guess, well, I shouldn't even give it away. No, we don't have to give the address away. Eric Idle is now renting that house in Beechwood Canyon where I met David.
Well, who was living there
Where
at the
was it?
time?
Yeah.
Kevin Nealon was living there.
Oh,
I was
that's
living
right.
there. David lived there after I got SNL. Kevin got SNL. And then David got SNL.
No, I
Bob
rented
Duback.
Kevin's house.
Yeah.
While they were on SNL.
I lived in the garage to save money with my wife. We had a hot plate and no kitchen.
In the garage, the
No,
actual.
on the top of the garage.
Okay.
300 square feet. But in this house, for some reason, I got lucky enough to get SNL. They said they wanted a tall guy. I said, Kevin Nealon, he's like 6'5". So Kevin got on. David
They
stayed
wanted
in
a
his room.
tall guy.
It was a throwaway, but I don't think that's
Maybe
exactly
after
why
Chevy
Kevin
or
got it.
I
but-
mean, exactly.
Well, they had me.
The thing
Well,
you
Phil
tell
was pretty good.
yourself when you don't get it, you're like, they were just trying to round the cast out with tall guys.
I think Lauren is, at his core, it is kind of like a sitcom. Like even Jim Carrey's a genius, but you don't want 5 Jim Carreys.
Right.
You want this balance of stuff. That's the way he does
Yeah.
it. So it
Right.
filled in nicely. But then David got Saturday Night
No, I
Live.
rented Kevin's room. He saw me in the improv in the hallway, and I go, "Oh, I'm getting kicked out of John Mulrooney's house." He goes,
Okay.
"Oh, you know what? I'm going to SNL. Do you want to rent a room with his 2 other comedians?" And I said, "Yeah." So I rented it when he came home with Dana. They would tell me about SNL, and Kevin was sleeping on the couch, and that's how I met Dana. And then, but it didn't cross my mind ever to go on SNL ever.
Whoa. Let's back up to you were living at John.
Mulrooney's.
Oh, Mulrooney's.
He's a comedian. You don't know.
I thought you said Mulvaney.
Was Bob Duback still there? Was Paula still over the garage when you were there?
Yeah.
Oh, so my wife lived over the garage.
Yeah.
Because I was in New
You
York.
look like
going back
3
and forth.
Danas because your wife has blonde hair.
We all were very, very
Yeah.
blonde.
And you were all named Dana.
You
All
could have
named
moved.
Dana.
I could have.
So I stayed there, and then they came back, and then eventually Dennis Miller helped recommend me. They helped, and then I was doing stand up. So and then when I got on, that's why it took me a while to get going because I just knew how to kind of write, but not write sketches.
He wrote, he used to be my writer. For a
Yeah, and
while.
they go right for Dana, and I'm like,
Yeah. It was kind of weird though, because
you wrote for him?
well,
That was
they
my
would ask
job,
him to
yeah.
write for me, but Lauren also said to me, "If anything happens to you, David's always there." Like he was the
Like he
heir
was
apparent.
another version of
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yes, and he would sit behind me and read through, and sometimes he'd pull back on my chair a little bit. Cut it out, man.
when are you leaving?
But also, we toured. He was my opener. We did stand up, and he would give me some jokes and stuff. He's a great writer.
Isn't that funny? We go out, beep, bop, beep.
Wait, I cannot imagine. I did not know you were that, like, he was literally waiting for you to, like, take a sick day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
to
was just sort of being groomed.
get lost.
Yeah. I mean, I had caught in Church Lady was my character, and then I left it at that place in Beechwood Canyon. When I went back to SNL, when I came back, I couldn't find it. I looked through the window where David was staying, and he was sitting there looking in the
Wearing
mirror,
it in
dressed
the
as a church
shower.
lady. Not in the shower, but just at a
Wait.
chair.
You were dressed as church lady?
Just vacuuming. And I go, "Oh, Dana, you're home a day
In
early."
Hollywood.
Oh, Satan. You're like-
I
Do
see
you
those
have
church
early
ladies,
day? I
though.
was curious about 2 things. I'm going to unpack it. One is just you as a little girl, and then you ending up being a huge TV star and a movie star and whatever star. You became a star. You're famous, and you were just a little girl.
What started it?
And so, what did Julie see? What did you watch? What toy did you have? Did you have a doll? Who were you? Because it's so freaky to become famous
Yeah.
in acting or comedy.
It is. The odds are vastly stacked
Yeah.
against you, especially when I didn't watch TV as a child.
Oh,
What?
My
Mormon
parents-
much?
were you in Baltimore?
I was in Baltimore when we didn't have cable or any. I mean, it was like And we weren't really allowed to watch TV except for specials. Do you guys remember that? Like it would say special, and then it would spin around the sea, and it was this sort of disco kind of font. And if it was a special, we could watch it, and then we could record it. And so I had 3 movies recorded, probably on Betamax, that we watched endlessly. I knew every word
80s?
to. It was Sound of Music.
Oh, God, I want to talk about that. Go ahead.
Gone with the Wind.
Never saw.
Bugsy Malone.
Bugsy Malone?
Bugsy Malone was the formative, like I was obsessed with Bugsy Malone.
Which one?
Jodie Foster?
Jodie
When they were
Foster
kids?
as a
the kid
child,
gangsters.
but like a prostitute-y kind of like, she was Tallulah, and it was so inappropriate.
That was her
and I
second-
watched
that
it.
was-
I was like, there's everything is wrong with this, and I know every word to them.
And how old were you when you were watching?
Oh my God, probably like 10, like 9 and 12.
So how big a family? How many kids?
There's 3 girls.
And so during the week, you just did your homework? You weren't watching like Little House on the Prairie or Batman? Or I mean,
I would
how
watch
did the
MASH
parents-
in the kitchen TV when if my mom was out, because she would be going to pick up my other sisters from somewhere, and I would be like, I would watch MASH, but I'd turn it off really fast because we weren't supposed to watch TV on school.
God, you're so disciplined. Did you ever give any guff to your parents? Like,
No, I was
shut up, Dad.
Really, really like the perfect child. This is bad because then that makes you crazy later.
Here, you be my mom asked me, what are you going to do today? And I'll be me.
Okay. What are you doing today, David?
Whatever I want.
Jesus.
Sorry, it's a little Napoleon
I bet
Dynamite.
you did not do that.
I was trying to do Napoleon Dynamite.
I'll be
Hey,
Julie.
Napoleon, what are you doing today? Whatever I want. God.
Get away from me.
Get away from me. God. Sorry.
Oh. No, I did. I like.
So you were just a goody
I'm
I
doing
was a
my
real
chores, then
goody
my
two-shoes.
homework.
I did.
And then you became a backseat Patty when you got to Hollywood.
What's a backseat
What's
patty?
that? A
Is
prostitute?
that like an Irish
promiscuous
prostitute?
woman. Sorry. I heard this figure of speech based on some other famous person. I always thought it was so funny. Oh, she was a backseat Patty.
I don't know
It
what that
sounds a little
is.
slutty.
I don't know. No, I was not. I was told when I got out to LA, and I had friends out here who were they were backseat pattying.
Okay.
And someone said, don't do that. You can only sleep your way to the middle. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
You pulled your
noted.
Penelope Prude act on LA, right?
Yeah, that's
Penelope
right.
Prude, backseat Patty. I don't know.
Backseat Patty, Penelope Prude. Yeah, I just, the thing that we would do, you asked like what we were doing instead of watching TV.
Yeah.
We did plays. We put on plays in the backyard, and we
Okay.
did plays and plays and
The 3 of you with neighborhood kids or just the 3 of
neighborhood
you?
kids, everybody. We did.
You
My
built a
mother.
little stage.
Yep.
Did
Okay.
no
The whole
one get
9
the
yards.
bug as hard as you?
Who?
Did you get the bug for acting, but they didn't as much?
No, Molly, my older sister. You know Molly. You
Yeah.
call her Trolley,
Mhm.
which I don't know.
Molly
why.
the trolley.
But Molly's actually a much better actress than I am.
Oh.
Always has been. But she didn't have the ability to like hear like no and go on auditions
And
and
grind
people
the
would be like,
dirty grind, yeah.
no, thank you. And I was tougher in that regard.
It's
Did
a
you
fucking
ever-
brutal game to
Yeah,
get
that's
into
the
it.
thing that people miss because it's not anyone's fault. But they'll see on TV being loose and funny or on a talk show, and they don't realize the percentage of just suffering
my
that goes
God,
on.
it's
I mean,
so
maybe there's
awful.
exceptions, Bob Dylan or the Beatles, but for most of us, it's a slog of
The
disappointment.
Beatles played in a strip club for years.
You
They-
mean in Hamburg?
They don't
we
see-
sat for a plunk, Julie. You know, we sat for a plunk, and John would look at me.
No.
I look at him. It's like looking at a mirror. I can't not
I
do
know.
it. I'm not
They
getting
don't
around
see
here.
my cold reading when I'm behind Okie Dog giving a BJ behind a glory hole going. Did I get it?
Yeah, exactly. But there's because
look
there's
at a
no
clip.
joy.
Poor David.
There's no joy, only relief. Like they're like, well, we're gonna have to get you. You're gonna have to audition, and then, well, we want you to audition again. Then we're gonna do chemistry reads, and by the time you actually get a job, you're like, you really? You still
You're
want
so
me?
beaten down.
Yeah,
that-
you are beaten down.
What was your low point? Did you like, I'm going to try to go, I'm going to Hollywood, everybody, and try to make it. And you maybe have some little something
My
going.
low
With low
point
point where you're
was-
like, maybe this isn't going to happen. A
Well,
horrible audition. You walk out.
I was super pregnant when I auditioned for Modern Family with twins.
Okay.
And I'd been working, but I knew this was going to be a good show. And they just kept calling me in and looking at my stomach going like, and I was like, what? I guess by law, they weren't allowed to ask me like, when are you due? And they
Right.
kept sort of looking at me. I was like, I'm never getting this job. They keep bringing me, everybody in the
What's up,
entire
guys?
world has auditioned for
Right.
this. And there was another project going at the same time, same network, that and the character was pregnant, and they were like, they wanted me to test for that, and they wanted me to test for Modern Family. But I had to pick. You've got to pick which one's going to be in first position.
Oh,
So I picked the other show
smart.
because
Fool.
it wasn't the better show, but I needed a job,
Better chance.
and I
Right.
wanted a job, not to like. I
You
didn't
got
want to.
mouths to feed.
Yeah, and I was making 2 more at the time,
Hmm.
and God bless, Steve Levitan found out and actually emailed me and was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? We really want you." And I was like, "You just stand around and look at my stomach all day." They go, he goes, when is that baby due? I said, "Ooh, no, there's 2 of them. There's a lot longer to go."
Oh, yeah.
That's what
So
they were
then they
trying to
changed the
figure
script,
out.
right?
No,
So you
they-
are pregnant, Fatso. They
we
thought you were
just
yeah.
shot it the way we shot it, and I hid behind things.
And then you had a break to have them while they picked it up or something.
I had him the day we got
Mhm.
picked up.
Is
Oh, okay.
Steve Levitan called me May 7th because I
Wow.
was in labor and I was hanging out. Being in labor, it sounds like it's really intense, but it's kind of boring.
You're just
And I was
waiting.
like, hanging out and my phone rings and I answered it and he's like, the show got picked up and they're going to show the whole pilot. And I was like, that's awesome. He's like, any chance you can make it to upfronts in New York? I was like, I don't think so.
Go,
And he's like,
go.
what are you doing? And I'm like,
Shoot
just-
me up.
I'm having a baby.
Yeah.
And he was like, or 2. And he was like, I'm going to go now. So, yeah.
did you ever ask him that it got around like someone else really wants Julie? There's nothing
That
more
helps.
powerful than that in life. Than she's actually got a thing over here.
They won.
You know, I don't know if they
maybe.
would have picked you anyway, but
I
that
don't
is
know.
double
You
your
know
power.
what? I'm
Doesn't
sure
hurt.
it helped.
Yeah.
But it was, I went home and I sobbed because then I tried to put Modern Family in first position
Mm-hmm.
and they wouldn't let me. They're like, it can't be done. Just can't be done. I'm like, it's the same network.
Wow.
Yeah.
They just, what do you mean it
Can't
can't
they
be
just
done?
hire you without?
Is this a rumor that your 2 boys are named Ed O'Neill?
Yeah, that is
Okay.
definitely.
No, I have a quick story about Jennifer Aniston.
Just want to clarify.
Jennifer's
Oh, okay.
mom lived in my condos, and then I met Jennifer when she was kind of newer but auditioning. So she had auditioned for Friends, and then she got another thing. I
I
think it was called
remember.
Muddling Through or something.
It was with Paul Rudd.
Okay, it was with Paul Rudd. Okay, and then she goes, well, she hoped that the Friends one went, but I think one got. What happened? Did it get picked up? And then
It got. I
they
don't
did a
remember. I
pilot,
just
didn't get
remember that
picked
they were
up or
like,
something.
oh my, and then Friends got picked up, and she was like, oh shit, what am I going to do? And then
Mhm.
it turned out to be the right thing, obviously.
it was a big hit.
Did you ever
I don't
turn
know
down
if
something
everyone
that
heard
was
of
a
it.
hit or miss it barely?
I didn't audition for some stuff that I didn't on the page. I wasn't.
You didn't.
No, I didn't audition for 40-Year-Old Virgin, but it was Liz Banks anyhow. So
Yeah.
whenever if it's
Mm.
going to be Liz Banks, it's going to be Liz Banks.
She is great.
But I
though.
didn't. I had.
Was
I think
she?
I had little kids. I was really busy and I was tired and I was reading. I was just like, I'm not sure I'm getting it. And then you see it and you go, "Fuck, you're an idiot.
So funny.
You're an
Is
idiot.
she
It's
the
the
one that got
funniest fucking
drunk
movie."
and then
Yeah.
drove and had to blow
Yeah,
in
you
the
just can't.
breathalyzer.
What's that?
Is that what her part was?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
In that
she
one?
has to. She hits on Steve Carell. She blows the
Yeah,
breathalyzer to
yeah, yeah.
start the car, and then
Yeah.
she starts hitting all the cars.
Yeah.
Or was
I
that
think-
Leslie?
No, that was Leslie. That was in Knocked Up.
knocked
it was
out.
Leslie-
Leslie
Mhm.
Mann.
Seth
Man.
Rogen. Mm.
Go. I
She's
don't
great too. Yeah.
know.
Elizabeth Banks is non sequitur, just so we can cut it out. She called me once in the 90s or something. She had an idea of a script where she didn't know who her dad was, and it was me.
And you were like, wait, what?
What about that
I
Brian?
could do the church slave for you.
What
but,
about that Bryan Cranston idea
What's the Brian
Which
Cranston?
one?
where they were like trying to kill Dana Carvey? The whole thing was. what
Oh
was that?
yeah, no, that was someone writing season 2 of the Australian guy we just had on.
Oh, who? Oh, Jim Jeffries.
Jim
That's who it was.
Jeffries had a sitcom
Yeah.
on, and then the 3rd season was going to be I was going to be his dad, or
Yeah.
I was going to get killed, or something. I don't
He
know.
was going to kidnap you for
No.
the whole season.
But did you ever really
Oh.
struggle? Did you eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and
Yeah.
like struggle to get an agent? You know that phase.
Yeah. No, I lived in New York after college and I waited a lot of tables.
Okay.
A lot of
You
tables.
did.
And I and
Hilarious.
I did
Julie.
every random job you could. I was a
Mhm.
reader at HBO.
Mm-hmm.
I labeled teacups. some random woman. I do anything I get hired for,
Right.
Teacup lady.
other than
I
backseat
did
patty
that.
it.
Backseat Patty.
I did not
Patty. We
backseat
got the
patty
name
it.
of the episode.
I did
Here
not
we go.
backseat patty
No,
it.
not at all.
But yeah, no, I definitely.
And did you ever get discouraged? Like, sort of go, fuck, this isn't going to happen for me. That's what I was trying to get to.
Yes.
Did you have doubts?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, 1,000. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Especially when I was auditioning in New York and I was just getting commercials and
Mm-hmm.
TV shows. I was getting commercials and like episodic, and all I wanted to be was a theater actor. I wanted like serious theater, and was never hired.
Is
Not even
Sound
once.
of Music your favorite movie?
I mean, it's
Favorite
a tight
musical?
It's a tight 3-way race.
Musical.
You know, I mean,
What's the other two for musicals?
Oh, for musicals, I can't sing.
Wicked.
Never seen it. I've
What
never
one?
seen it.
Wicked.
Is that bad? I mean, we're
No.
gonna have to go with Bugsy
I never saw
Malone,
Sound of Music, so-
obviously.
It's wicked smart.
And you can sing.
I don't think
He can sing, yeah.
so.
He can
I can sing as Neil Young. That's the only way I can sing.
You can sing as Neil Young.
Yeah.
Can you sing as anybody else?
I think that's probably my best way to sing.
As Dana.
I don't have a voice. I don't have a face. I don't have a personality. You got to stick a nose on me or give me some voice.
I mean,
I'm a completely neutral, invisible person.
but you know who I all struck by was Ariana Grande on SNL 50 doing that. Had she every single singer ever?
Yeah,
How?
she's
How?
amazing.
And I don't think she's had she looks like a waif. She
She
looks
is
like
a very-
tiny little
very-
waif.
yeah,
And
little
my
rice cracker.
lord, can she
Powerhouse.
sing?
Wait, was it the sketch where she comes in and sings everybody?
She sang
does, she does
every
impressions. She's
yeah.
so
I
she's
know.
funny as shit.
She's
too.
amazing.
She does great.
I did Jennifer Coolidge with her on that show.
That's right. That was
Yeah.
great.
And
Oh my
she's a
God. That
character.
was so good.
Coming
that was
through
great.
a mirror or something.
There were 3
No.
Jennifer Coolidges.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, because it was Chloe
God,
and
Chloe.
I don't know what to do.
Ow, what am I
you're great.
doing?
But she's kind of shy. And then by
She
the time we
is?
rehearsed it, standoffish. And then by the time we
So-
did it
oh,
on, she
you're
was
gonna have to
just
cut that out.
No, I mean, then
A
once she
legion
knows
of
you're not going
12-year-olds is gonna murder
no,
you.
she's a
to
big
be a little
star.
shy. And then when she
cares
gets
about
out
this
there,
idiot?
it's like pew, power,
She's
you
incredible.
know, but she's not
Totally
on
incredible.
every second, but adorable person.
I
We
don't-
want to have her on the podcast after
Come
Wicked
on.
2.
Come on on.
Mhm.
After Wicked 2? Shit.
After Wicked 2.
I
So
thought it
the
was-
first time you got something where you said, holy shit, I may have a career. Is it Modern Family? Was it that
No.
Happy Gilmore
no.
you did in 95?
Happy Gilmore was my first movie.
Oh, okay.
That was 95.
And it's a classic.
But I didn't think
Yeah.
at the time it was like, I mean, it was made for barely any money up in Canada. We had
Mm.
it was so fun, but I
Mhm.
didn't ever think anybody was going to see it. I didn't. I thought it was just like a
Oh,
little
with
like,
all- with
Of
all-
course.
I thought it was like a fun, weird little movie.
You don't
and,
never know. You never know.
and then you really
you,
never
You
know.
never know. It was Sandler's second one, I think.
Yeah,
He did.
it was
What
Billy
was the
Madison.
Tim
Billy
Allen
Madison.
movie you did
Oh,
when you came
Joe
here for the
somebody.
premiere?
Joe
Oh my
Somebody is the
God.
name of it?
Joe somebody.
Mm.
Why did you just bring that up?
Because I was thinking of movies. I was like, you came in.
I have not
talented.
been in very many movies.
Yeah.
I'm not like people they like me in the kitchen next
Yeah.
to the refrigerator,
Yep, on
waving
the
my
couch.
fingers.
Would you ever do a highly sexualized woman
I mean, that's the question,
with a
right?
younger man?
Like, you think you would, you want to, I want to,
Mhm.
but then you go, oh, people they don't want Claire Dunphy doing that, you know? But
Oh, yeah, you do have that.
I know, but I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out how you shake that without being
Mhm.
disrespectful.
Would
to
you be
it.
embarrassed shooting like the super horny girl getting ramrodded? It just, I watched Nicole Kidman. I was like, God dang.
Nicole
You
Kidman,
saw it too. You
well,
watched the whole
we
thing
don't-
10
we have to
times.
answer
Did you
the
guys
question,
watch
is
it
she
with, like,
horny or
pillows in
pretending
your
to be
lap?
horny? Huh?
Did you watch it with pillows?
No,
in
no
your lap?
one's
You're
there.
like,
They can see my
no,
rod.
Oh,
so you know,
no,
like boys when they watch
I wouldn't
porn.
find it sexy. You mean Baby Girl?
Baby
Oh, I
girl.
didn't find it sexy at all.
When
I
she's-
thought she's just a great actress. that's
She's a
all.
phenomenal
Yeah.
actress. But yeah, I imagine she goes home. It's like, you guys know comedians where you probably both go home. You're like, shut the fuck up. Like you're like,
Well,
they
yeah, I
don't
don't
have
want to
that
watch
side.
comedy. I don't want
Right.
to watch a sitcom. I want to watch drama or Hitler trying to take over Europe or something. I don't want,
You watch the Hitler channel.
I'm fascinated with World War II. Yes, I'm guilty.
Don't we know everything there is to know now?
Yeah.
Like, is there
Mhm.
really more?
I have a
It's
friend.
like the John Bonet case. There's a new
You can
documentary.
read
I'm like,
5 books just on D-Day. You can write 10 books on the Battle of Britain. You can read 12, coming from all different angles, because it was the last time we had really analog secrecy in a war.
Oh,
You know, like fake
okay.
dummy parachuters and
Analog
cardboard tanks and even you know,
Yeah, yes, what that was.
yeah,
And
so
then
it's fascinating.
and code breakers.
Yeah, the movie with Benedict
Yeah.
Cumberbatch.
Benderdick.
Wind talkers.
Benedict Cumberbatch was.
Benderdick is his porn name.
Well, man.
Bender Nick Cocksucker. You know him.
Okay, wait, that's a mic drop right there. Bender Dick is his porn name. Bender Dick.
Benderdick.
No, he's
They didn't have TikTok, I don't think, during World War
Back
II.
in World War II. Nope,
they had
they did.
tic-tac-toe. That's
They did
it.
not. They had. Yeah, that's true.
The only good thing about wars is when they show
And-
like this new one. When they
This
show
new
'em
one.
on the map, the only positive thing is then I find out where that country is.
Oh my God.
I go, oh
You're
shit,
like,
it's right there.
Oh, really?
Hey.
Well, I mean, this
I thought-
coverage every second. Trump may be going in. He's thinking
Well-
every second we're hearing about it. We didn't hear anything during
Yeah.
World War II. You know, Dwight D. Eisenhower, for the
they
second
go-
day, looked at the sky and said, "No, he'll decide in 7 minutes." You know,
There
everything was secret.
And now, and I call bullshit on.
I call bullshit.
I call bullshit on the breaking news. Yesterday,
Right.
breaking news 5 hours
You
ago.
can't say breaking news. It's
swoop
not
right,
Right,
breaking
you've
news.
got to stop the breaking
Thank
news.
you.
It's too. You can't breaking news.
Or
Trump made a decision 12
Right.
hours ago that everyone's talked about for 12 hours.
Yeah, we
You
need new
can't-
breaking news.
That's enough. for the
this
breaking
just
news.
in.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
No.
This
Donald-
recently in.
Yeah, I'm not.
This
Okay,
is
listen.
fairly true news.
Before we go,
Fuck,
wow.
you're so much
Jane,
fun,
I thought. I
Julie.
mean, Julie, I thought.
What?
Did
Which
you say you fell down? You look exactly perfect.
No, don't look. I didn't fall down. I was trimming my trees and I got all
You
beat up.
You look great. Okay, I'm going to ask you.
I got all
When
beat
is the
up.
premiere
The
of
Happy
Gilmore?
the actual premiere is the 21st, but when does it premiere?
on Netflix.
What's
20.
On the
both?
24th, right?
24th of
wrong?
what?
I thought it was
Of
We're
5th.
so
July. Is it
uninformed.
the
Of July. It's one or the other.
25th?
Shit, I
Look
should
it
know
up.
Maybe
this.
24th
No,
at
we
midnight.
should all know this.
We should all know this. We should
Oh,
know this. But
Let's-
you know what's
let's
crazy that
text
I
Adam.
found out? This is how what a baller move this is. Netflix got the rights to Happy Gilmore 1 and is airing it for the whole month ahead of time.
Oh,
Like right now. Probably right now.
So they're going to air 2 and then 1?
They're going to air 1.
Oh, Air 1 is on now, not the grocery
Air
store.
1.
Air 1.
Air 1. They're going to Happy Gilmore, OG Happy
Yeah.
Gilmore. They're airing
Okay.
I never.
even though they.
Yeah, because the countries, they didn't see 1 in Thailand and stuff.
That's right.
I won't
yeah,
do the
that's right. I
accent.
think they're buying grown-ups too, or grown-ups also. I think they can. It
But not
expires
grown-ups
or
too.
something.
I heard it's number 1 in India. Oh my goodness, that Adam Sandler, he
I'm gonna
is a
pretend-
kick in the pants.
Wait, I'm asking about the premiere because I want to go. When is it?
It's the 21st. Molly was just
Of
asking me, she
June
goes,
or
is David
July?
going? I go, that's her first question. She said, are you going to the premiere? And I said, I'm trying to.
Where
and she
is
goes,
it, the
Oh, it's
It's
premiere?
in New
July.
York.
New
July.
York?
It's in New York.
What theater?
Fucking ripped.
Ziegfeld?
Lincoln Center.
Lincoln Center? in
It was
New
supposed,
York?
it was originally going to be at Madison Square Garden or something cuckoo, but now it's at Lincoln Center.
Really? That
Yeah.
would be a plus.
Yeah,
That's
it'd
a lot
be
of
awesome.
confidence. Welcome.
It's amazing. I mean, people love that. People are excited for this
God,
movie.
if you ever
You're
want
part
to
of the
laugh, Julie,
juggernaut.
go look at the '90s. I was such a premiere whore. I was at so many premieres. It was so
Well,
embarrassing.
you still like a party.
No, Julie.
I'll still walk into it occasionally when I leave my house, which
Wrong.
is very unusual because I'm not much of a party girl. I'll walk, and there's Spade just sort of,
Not true. I don't go out past 9 anymore.
that's not true.
You don't know.
When he's
I
not
do
doing
know.
stand up.
I
You
do know. I've
don't.
got a Google alert.
You can, yeah, he's
Do
pretty.
you have an air tag on my bumper?
We're lock stink. When we went, well, lock stink? No, we're lock step. When we eat, to eat, it's like 5:30 or 6.
6. Yeah.
We're done by 8:30, and I don't know.
Yeah, but then he
Mhm.
gets his little, like, gotta wander.
No,
The rat's gotta wander. And then he's
You're the rat too?
I
Isn't
don't
Theo the
know.
rat?
yeah, Theo's the rat.
Theo's the rat.
Do you know
He calls
Theo?
himself the rat.
You don't know Theo?
Theo Vaughn?
You've heard of Joe Rogan?
Single.
My son listens to Theo Vaughn
Of
all
course he
day
does.
long.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, he sleeps to it.
We should have had you in our movie. Oh my
Oh,
god.
my
Oh, I
goodness.
go. Did I forget to give you a job?
Did I forget to give you a job for no money where you would have to pay us a little bit? Because it's super low budget.
What is this movie? Go on and plug your
so
movie.
stupid. How
What
old's
is
your
it?
kid?
That one's 18.
That'd be good for it.
How old are the twins?
They just turned 16.
It's an R-rated
It's
comedy.
right up. Yeah, it's right up their alley.
R-rated comedy.
Yeah. But actually, he said no. He didn't want big stars in it. Not even joking.
But he let you in it.
I let me in it.
Oh,
You're the producer.
We wrote it. Yeah.
Did you pay for it?
Yeah.
But
we didn't try to get it made. We just said, let's write
I don't
something.
want any movie star cameos.
We
you
almost
hear
made
me?
him to do it, but we spared him because
That would have been negative.
So who's in your movie?
most
Sweeney.
people you wouldn't know.
Bill
Tim,
Lip-
Beautiful and talented.
Tim
Sydney Sweeney.
Dillon.
Tim Dillon?
I knew it. See?
Marshall Dillon's
Why?
son.
Ask your kid.
My kids,
They'll
they will
know.
know.
He'll know.
Yeah.
Tim Dillon.
They will know. They will know.
They'll know Theo and Tim Dillon and maybe Nate Diaz from UFC.
Oh,
There's
they
just-
definitely
yeah.
know Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Okay.
UFC in my house. A
Well,
whole
maybe
lot
I'll
of it.
go to that
Okay.
premiere, but there's a problem. I know right now when you say it out loud
What?
that I have a conflict.
What? You're playing
A gig?
the
No, I'm going out for a golf trip.
with who?
You shut up, Julie. I know
With
you don't
who?
you get like this. Don't
With
you?
who?
man,
The
stop
Arizona
tape.
Rats?
Stop tape.
No, I'm trading all those guys for celebrities. All
Is
my
this
real
is this
friends.
going to be Tiger again? last time
again?
you-
Exactly.
Last
Exactly.
time you played,
I'm
what
friends with him.
happened? You
He
played,
crashed.
he
The
crashed.
jinx of
He
David.
crashed his car.
I did.
Like 10
It's
minutes
my
later.
fault when we left.
It is your fault.
I said, "Are you
It's
gonna?
definitely-
You want to go have dinner after this?" He goes, "No, I'm gonna crash."
I mean, that's not funny. It's a funny joke.
He crashed. It was getting dark. He finished and then didn't even have the balls to ask him for his number. I never asked a guy for their number. So he went home and I was like, that was super
You
fun.
slid into his DMs immediately.
I did not.
She did.
The next day I saw the car upside down. I was like, oh. And I go, I didn't think there's any way he could survive that. And when you see a picture of the car,
Yeah, it didn't look
and
good.
I go, oh, and I was like DMing like, are you okay? Just say hi. Just let me know.
Just because I was with
Just
you,
no,
I'm
I'm just
like,
worried.
I am trauma adjacent,
No,
and it's really
then
important
they'll
that I
go,
attach
he'll
myself.
never golf or walk again. And then 3 days later, he's already better than David Spade again. I'm like, God damn,
That's
he's already
exactly
better than
what
me.
the quote was.
Yeah, he was
Well,
good.
wait a minute. Did you say the quote on one of our podcasts? It was so I was jealous of it. It was so
What?
awesome. You and Tiger are golfing.
Yeah.
And he's talking to you about your shot.
Yeah,
You do your swing,
yeah.
and Tiger says, "To
Oh,
you."
we have 2 drones, 80 people behind us. I think Peter Berg might have been directing a little
Directing-
show
Yeah.
Peter
about-
Berg,
about giving me lessons.
The Friday Night Lights guy.
that guy.
I
It's
think
just-
it was him.
Okay,
okay.
okay.
And
Guy's
then
great.
so it's so much pressure. And he goes, well, let's try you out. Let's just go to the practice range. Why don't you try to chip 150 out there to that flag? And I'm like this, hey, oh, and then because he's just standing there. And I go, chip, and it hits about 5 feet away. And he goes, oh shit, are you good?
Isn't that great?
Isn't that
should
great,
be on
Tiger
a
Woods?
T-shirt. Tiger Woods about
Oh
Dave-
shit,
Oh
are
shit.
you good?
And
Yeah.
I've heard, which I guess we talked about on Superfly, which is now
It
defunct,
wasn't though.
that Lovitz told me that David's actually a really good golfer, which
Oh,
I
I'm
didn't
better.
know. He never told me.
No,
he
I'm a
was
little
good.
better than Lovitz, but Lovitz started this 2 years ago. Julie, I know your limo's waiting outside.
No, my limo's not waiting. Tell me what Love. Are you going to the golf tournament? No, Lovitz is in the movie. He's going to be at the premiere.
Hello.
He is.
Hello,
I've seen him
Julie.
like
We're
8 times in the
stars.
last month.
Where do you run into him?
He was at he was at a Clipper game.
Oh,
where
that's
Yeah,
right.
he goes to Clipper games a lot.
Well, he goes with
Gervitz?
Gervey,
Yeah.
and but according to Lovitz, he doesn't actually know what's going on. He just goes.
He
to the
doesn't or
ladies.
Gervitz doesn't.
I think Lovitz doesn't care.
Are you a basketball kind of?
Love obsessed?
What
We
did you-
went
what
to a
did-
game.
We did.
Yeah.
You took me, and by the way, nicest thing you ever did. Thank you. It was
No,
nice. It was a Knicks playoff game.
It was good seats.
It was Knicks.
we did. It was
Oh,
yeah.
a playoff game.
Yeah, it was a
Front
playoff
row.
game. It was not front row.
It was court row side.
No,
No, you don't want to
Julie-
be on the court. Can't
No.
see as well.
Yes, it was.
No.
And it was way down at the end where it was sort of with the cameraman, like it was sort of buried. But Julie, you say it yes, and then we'll figure it out later.
okay. No, it wasn't. We got free tickets once to go. I probably sat courtside because it was like an agent thing or something.
Okay.
But you actually went into your tiny arms, went into the very deep pockets.
Oh, I bought some.
the short arms went into the deep pockets, and you bought, and there were great seats, but you were like,
how embarrassing.
I remember you sitting there going, fuck, they were expensive. I thought we'd be closer. I was like, this is close. This is amazing.
They were 5,000 each. I remember that because
They were incredible.
I was
loved
like, where are we? Anyway, now what about who did I have call you on your birthday? Do you remember this?
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
He had Stevie Nicks call me and sing Landslide into my
Okay.
answering machine in New
So-
York. He dumped me on the same answering machine.
Wow.
Okay. Well, we'll
from
cut that
Hawaii.
part out.
So,
Listen,
potato.
anyway,
He really
we had
loves
a great
an
chat.
answering machine.
That's
with
pretty
Julie
cool.
Bowen.
I hung
you
out
know
with
her
Stevie
from
Nicks in
Modern
New York.
Family. You know
know.
her from
She held
Ed,
my hand
you
the
know
whole
from
time.
Joe Somebody.
She did?
Yeah, just casually like this and talk.
It was crazy. That was a baller move.
Okay, that was
That was a huge
that was
to
better
my
than our
point.
ninth row
okay.
seats.
Great female rock voices in history.
Yeah, we went over this.
Stevie Nicks.
Mhm.
She's
but
up there.
there was one that I didn't get that I think was also
Ann and Nancy Wilson.
Janis Joplin.
I said that.
Janis Joplin was more hard rock,
Yeah.
but we never had a voice.
I
like
Well,
said
that.
Janice
Ann.
was never, and that was going to be, it was going to be a short-lived
It was,
experience.
but we do have
Right.
have it
We
recorded
have it.
what
We
she
do.
was.
Yeah.
But Stevie Nicks is kind of the voice
She's the
of the
greatest.
70s.
And still
and
can
80s.
sing.
Yeah.
Oh
She
yeah.
can
Still
still,
goes out.
fucking sing. It's
Mhm.
amazing. It's not like when you feel bad. Sometimes they trot people out and everybody's clapping. And you're like, oh my God, why are you doing
Now here
this?
you go again. You watch your freedom. Sing it right now
No way.
as Stevie Nicks.
No, I can't. I cannot sing.
Okay, just in case.
David will.
Now
I
you
am
go
till
again.
again. Say.
You
She
want your
was my
freedom.
hero. I
Who
remember
am
seeing her in
I?
Behind the Music. Remember those horrible Behind the Music?
Oh yeah, yeah.
She talked about how much blow she did and how she had to get crew members to blow it up her butt. And I was just like, that is commitment.
So she's
Dude,
like
they won't even give me
everybody
a Diet
else.
Coke.
No, her doctor said if you do any more blow, you're gonna go. It's gonna like the membrane between your nose and your brain or something will bust. And so she's like, "All right, it's up the pooper." And I thought, wow, I always just thought she was sort of an airy fairy.
That's kind of clever in a way.
I like how
This
it
is
goes up.
off limits. Where else
Where-
can I
No,
put it?
I thought when I didn't know
kinda
enough
clever.
that it would go up her butt. I go, how far does it have to get to her nose?
Oh my God, Dave.
I don't want to
Taking a
think of
long
that.
That's so long.
But
And
if it gets there, it's worth it. But fuck,
Your curiosity, because that is like, well,
yeah,
That's
those are called booty bumps, aren't they? They were when I did them. All right, let's go.
what?
We gotta go.
All right, fine.
All right, thank you, though,
Go.
Julie. You're great.
Dana's got his whole paper and everything
Check.
else.
No, you're
Check,
great. We're
check,
gonna have to have
check,
you on again
check.
because that's the trick. We'll talk. I can't.
no,
talk
we didn't even.
We'll talk safe stuff.
We could never run out of stuff to talk about.
No, we save
No.
stuff.
'Cause
That's
you're-
the
you're
joke.
just a
Save
great-
it. Save it.
Save
Hey,
it.
hey,
David should
don't-
have a talk show called Save It.
Don't record this, but what about you with a little daytime talk show?
Yeah, you should do it. Why don't you take over for Kelly?
Kelly
What?
Clarkson?
Take over for Kelly Clarkson.
You could
no,
do
and then who would
if you wanted to do it. You
And
know
then
you're
we'll come on
qualified
yours.
to
You know
do
what?
it.
I hosted for Kimmel once, and I had dinner with you after.
Okay.
I was never been so like I was
It
shaking,
is terrifying.
and you were like, "Yeah, I'm doing 2 next week, and
I
I did
did
2
not.
last week." And I was like, I did 1, and I was
No, it's terrifying.
I had to lie down in the restroom floor, and there's hair and makeup and people, and I lay on the ground. Someone took a picture. People just walking over me. They're like, "Leave her." I was like, I can't go out
Like,
there. I
leave
can't
her.
do it.
It's
I
one of
have
those-
Because
stage
now
fright,
you can
bad
do it. It's
stage
easier
fright.
because you did
Yeah.
one, but they throw so much shit. It's like hosting us now. They throw so much at you. Once you do it, once you go, okay, now I know when to be nervous and when to get. I got to pace it out because
Pace
you
out
know,
my
It
nerves.
was a nightmare because the first night I did it, I didn't really practice before Quentin Tarantino was coming out, the guests that I wanted, and they got them. I had to do like 10 minutes of coming attractions. And it's
promos.
and Bing Flico will be playing. Oh no, you got one thing wrong, you do it over again. So it's over and over. The person who was coaching me had headphones and took them off. The audience was getting very
Wait,
tense.
Mrs. Kimmel?
Yeah,
Kimmel.
you know
and
when you
I'm,
go like,
I'm
hey.
hosting. Tarantino's in the wings, and it's just unraveling.
you go like this. Hey, Bob and Ginger in Portland. We're gonna
Right,
be. We've
right.
got
Don't they do those after?
Julie Bowen. No, they
No.
do them during.
But if you miss one
Right.
one pronunciation, then
Yeah.
you got to do the whole thing
You know
over
what?
again.
I was not very good at my job hosting. I did drop to my knees, scoot across, and kiss Jacob Lordy in the middle of our interview. He told me he had a crush on me.
well, that's good.
Oh, he
It
did.
was his first talk show.
That guy's a
And
stud.
I was, yeah, he's fucking hot. And the only thing I got right, they were like, "You're done," and no retakes. And I was like, that means I was boring.
No.
Yeah, it does. Like,
no.
if I did everything
Of
like
the whole show?
of the whole
no,
show.
No.
most talk shows, it's hard to be just
You do it right.
hysterical on
I
a
had Guy
talk
Ritchie
show.
and he fucking stiffed me.
What do you mean? He just went like,
Yeah.
he looked at you.
I go, so you're this new movie, and then well, it was sort of my fault, but
Uh-oh.
he like
Mm,
on
mm.
purpose did it. And
Go on.
afterwards, he goes, "That's funny, right?"
What happened?
Like he didn't want to answer anything.
Oh,
No,
he
just
played
made you
that
say
Doing
thing.
it as a bit.
He really laid into the whole
Oh,
bit.
how-
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. You're from England. Where in England? Now I went over there once. Are you? And he's like, yeah, that whole area. And they look away, and I'm like, and then I go like this to the audience. I go, hey, why don't you ask me something? Because I was getting nowhere. And then Kimmel later said, that's about as hard as it's ever been. If I had him, I would not know what to do.
Oh my God! Wait, Kimmel watches the ones that we.
Jeez.
Yeah, they showed him this
posted.
disaster tape.
Oh no!
I said, was I supposed to make out with Guillermo before the show? And they go, no, that's just like a hazing thing.
I love Guillermo. Guillermo's my comfort animal
He
when
is
I'm there.
funny.
He's
I
great.
swear to God, I
He's
need him.
a sweet man.
All right, you can open your presents, Davey. I know.
Oh,
we're
now
done.
it's
Okay.
over?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know
I
if
feel
it's
like
over.
this
You tell me if
podcast
it's
took
over.
place in Nevada.
No, we can stay on for this one.
Okay.
We're still recording, or are we off?
Open the big one.
Kettlebells?
Yeah, I got you. You're
Shit,
soft
Dana, help me
and
with
weak.
this.
Hey, those have been wrapped for 2
That's all you, man.
years.
Fuck, it's breaking my quads.
So delicate.
Is it an X-rated
Is it
gift?
an
Like
atlas?
No, it's like an actual just gift.
oh, it's got to be a
dum-dum.
picture frame.
A picture.
I want a picture.
It's a picture.
It's a picture. I'm from Montana. Oh,
All right, so we just walked Julie out. She was always funny, always very articulate. You were
Mhm.
right. I think she should have a talk show.
I did think she's like made out of a factory. I wonder if that's in her future. She seems perfect in that demographic,
Mhm.
photogenic, funny, can be
She's very
sincere.
smart.
Were you shocked? I mean, I'll just ask the audience. Was it a little shocking at times? We just let it go where it went.
Yeah.
And but she had a great laugh.
Well, I couldn't open my presents. I'm the worst present getter too. I'm like this. I just throw one down at a time. There's no thank yous in the middle. It's just like, okay. And I'm like, all right, thanks.
And the stuff that you don't see is there was a lot more chatter and all kinds of stuff going on upstairs.
Oh yeah, we just shoved her off. but I thought
there's a
she
lot
was
of talking.
That's a reason she's a good guest. I'm glad we started with her. A lot of fun, and
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone liked it. I learned a lot,
I learned a lot too.
and I also forgot a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got dumber.
That's
But-
kind of sad.
And I'm excited about Happy Gilmore. So Happy Gilmore 2 comes
2.
out July 25th.
July 25th. If you guys have ever heard of Netflix, that's where you get it.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time. And if you want to email us a question, you can do it.
Anything in the world, because we are blabbermouths from
And the
somewhere.
address is
Odyssey.com. Fly on the
Fly on the
wall
wall
at Odyssey.com.
at
Fly on the wall
Odyssey.com.
at Odyssey.com. Fly on the wall, one word lowercase.
Yep.
Fly on the wall, one word lowercase. At that little thing. dot com.
AUDACY. .com.
Fly on the wall at Odyssey.com.
Because Hotmail was taken. Hey guys, if you're loving this podcast, which you are, be sure to click follow on your favorite podcast app. Give us a review, 5-star rating, and maybe even share an episode that you've loved with a friend.
If you're watching this episode on YouTube, please subscribe. We're on video now.
Fly on the Wall is presented by Odyssey and executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Heather Santoro and Greg Holtzman, Maddie Sprung-Kaiser, and Leah Reese-Dennis of Odyssey.
Our senior producer is Greg Holtzman, and the show is produced and edited by Phil Sweettech.
Booking by Cultivated Entertainment.
Special thanks to Patrick Fogarty, Evan Cox, Maura Curran, Melissa Wester, Hillary Schuff, Eric Donnelly, Colin Gaynor, Sean Cherry, Kurt Courtney, and Lauren Vieira.
Reach out with us any questions to be asked and answered on the show. You can email us at flyonthewall@odyssey.com. That's AUDACY.com.